All right, I just wanted to do a quick follow-up on this idea of static and non-static. So we are going to make a new class called RHS class period, right, which represents 1 hour of one class at RHS, like Mr. Westphal second hour Algebra 2, or Westphal fourth hour Computer Science, whatever it is. That's one class. The most students that we're going to allow in a class is 40, and determine if the following variables should be static or non-static. All right. So you got to think, are they going to be associated with the class, which would be RHS class period, or are they going to be associated with objects, which would represent each specific class, right? The instances of the class. So you make the blueprint and then the actual class. So pause the video and give this a shot. Okay, so the subject should be non-static because that's going to be different for each object. The number of students, again, should be non-static because each class will have its own variable, or own amount that represents how many students there are. Max allowed can be static here because that's always going to be 40, right? So we could just say that that's our limit, our max limit. So we could set that to be static. The school name could also be static, all right? So because the static is, it's always going to be RHS. If this is RHS class period, the teacher would be non-static because that's going to be different for each object, each instance. Okay, and then this is probably the most common use of what a static would be. So if we want to do a unique identifier number so we can like keep track of it in our program or something, and we're going to increase it 1 for each new class period, that would be a good one to do static. Like we could have a running total of the number of classes represented with a class ID, and then increase this by 1 in our constructor. Okay, and then that would be static. So there's only one variable stored at the class level and then when we need a new class, we know we just have to increase it by 1, and that's the new class ID. So that is basically a summary of that. Okay. The only other thing I think I have for you is there is a summary out on Schoology that's going to have you answer some of these questions. I think these are just the questions here. They're pretty quick, but just give them a shot. And then if you want to see the answers, you could unpause this video here and it would give you the answers. So try them first. All right, so the difference here is static variable or method is associated with the class, and you don't need to make an object to use it. Okay, and non-static variables are different for each object of the class, right? So they're different data, right, that changes with each object. They're associated more with the object. Okay, so true or false for these. Static variables are common for every object. That means their memory location can be shared by every object of the class. That's true. So there's only like one static variable, and it's stored at the class level. Non-static variables are specific to each object. That's also true. Their values are specific to the object, tied to the object. Static variables can be accessed with class reference. That is also true. You can access them doing class name dot variable name, right? That's how you would access a static variable. Okay, non-static variables can be accessed with class reference. That's false, right? You have to do here, in order to get these to work, you have to create the object first. So create an object, then you have to do object name dot variable name. And actually, usually you don't even do it that way. This would only work if the variable is a public variable. Normally what you do instead of variable name is you do like a get variable method. Is how you usually do it. So you make the object and then do a get variable method. Okay, that's it. This is a confusing topic. Again, I have another video in the today's folder if you want to watch that. That is all. Thank you for watching. Please reach out if you have any questions.